I'm liking your energy right now. We're going to start with him, Ross.
Yeah, start with the one to Juwan.
Yeah, no, that was good. I need to communicate with my equipment manager, Rich, a little better. We were trying to go on a little different cadence, so it was actually snapped it a little early, which is okay. It works out. But they were playing some sort of 3 deep, 4 under. They played buzz. We're running choice with the back. First that coverage, choice isn't great. And Juwan kind of leaned on the corner, leaned on him, and then broke to the corner. And I just kind of reacted off the choice route to the corner. And Juwan made a great play.
You like the opportunity to let one rip like that, don't you?
Yeah, that one ripped pretty good. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah, especially in this mugginess. Sometimes you got to put some of that rosin on your hand and just let it go, man. But no, that felt good. That's why I play, and for those reasons, it's good to be back and to feel healthy again.
Jake, when you're in a competition, does it change like the mental aspect of it at all? Like when let's say you have a bad moment in practice to like flush it, and not let it fester and turn into more.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that you can tell yourself is these competitions aren't won with one rep. And just like I told those guys out there, number one, it's a long camp. Number two, I just got to do everything I can to focus on what I can control. And in those situations, outside of camp, like I said, long camp, but I just need to be super dialed and laser focused on what I'm doing with my group, my guys, my receivers at that time, and just try to go execute. And I think the more you have fun with it, the more you enjoy it, the better you play. And when you're the underdog, when you can compete a little bit, when your back's up against the wall, that's when I play my best. And that's just kind of the mindset I try to have.
Are you the kind of guy who like would ever reach out to like a mental coach or like?
I have in the past. Yeah, I've had a sports psych guy. His name's Brett Sandwick. He's got his social media thing is Elite Mentality. He works with the Green Berets, Special Forces, and my biggest thing is just kind of having a mindset each game, each week. Just of what happens when things don't go my way, or what happens when things are going my way, and what do I want to be my reset when those things happen, and how do I just stay right here? But also, most importantly, like, what is my mindset going into a game? My approach is I'm always the underdog. I always got a chip on my shoulder. I want my teammates to feel, my energy, my passion, and my command of the huddle, because I think when those things happen, we tend to be more crisp, more upbeat, and when those things happen, we execute.
Do you find that you kind of have to have the same mentality when it comes to strong days? Like, we always talk about having a short-term memory.
I just think it's trying to be consistent. And when you're in a camp like this, it's, I don't know, 25 to 30 practices and 3 preseason games. Like, you guys were out there last year. I felt like last year I kind of had a slow build, and then the last 20 practices, it was just consistent, because the coaches are going to want to put the most consistent guy out there. Doesn't turn the ball over, has a great command of the offense, can get the guys into the right situation at the right time. And I think with a guy like Kellen, he wants to be able to kill plays, check plays, be able to alert things. And I think in this system, the play calls are cut down a little bit, but there's a lot on our plate as far as recognizing coverage, understanding protection, and then obviously getting our guys in the right play, going from one play to another. So I think that's obviously really important, but I think showing consistency day in and day out with those key things helps win a job like that.
I know you find that his emphasis on kind of like focusing on what you all do well kind of puts you in a better position to do that than maybe you have been?
Yeah, like I said before, they're going to install their offense. They're going to do the things that they want to do now and try to get a feel for what guys can run, what routes, who the choice route runners are, what kind of things play into that game, and then so on and so forth. But I think as far as installing, we're going to install base downs, we're going to install third down, we're going to install red zone, we're going to go shot plays, we're going to go put our situational stuff in 2-minute. None of that's going to be tailored to any player right now. It's going to be who can execute and who can do the things that our offense requires us to do. And then I think on game day, whoever the starter is, we'll tailor things to make it to the point where, hey, I know this guy likes this. Maybe let's put a little more of that into the game plan, if that makes sense. What makes him comfortable? And I think those are the biggest things that make a really good play caller, a good play caller.
Jake, the way last year went through with your diagnosis, you talked about mentally earlier. How much clearer is it for you now being able to come and do it?
I think the biggest thing, like every year, there's always probably something. This year, it's just I haven't played football in 8 months. So, I got 6 plays of 7-on-7 and OTAs, and that was it. I was watching. So I think, the biggest thing is just adapting to a new system, plays I have never run before. It was similar at Fresno State because Kirby, Kellen's brother, was my coordinator, and he ran a similar type offense, but it's different coaching now. It's different things that they're asking us to do with our feet. So I think just getting in a rhythm with that and then slowly not slowly, learning quickly. You have to get in this obvious situation, a competition. You have to get on track fast, and you have to start executing at a high level. So I think just getting back to playing football is been my take on it.
With guys like Kellen and Doug Nussmeier and quarterback coach Scott Tolzien, how does that help to replace with Lax as far as a veteran quarterback in the himself?
Yeah, I mean, those guys all played quarterback, right? So I think at the end of the day, they're going to be able to give us a lot of insight and a lot of things on, hey, we see it this way. You might want to see it through this lens. I think those are all perspectives that can be beneficial to young quarterbacks, seeing things through different lenses that we might. I think a powerful statement is you don't know what you don't know. And sometimes those guys have been around it for 15, 20 years. We got Coach Linehan in there too, coordinator, head coach, seen a lot of things. So I just think being able to ask those guys questions and hearing their feedback in the meeting room is just the same as hearing it from a guy that's been in the league 10 years, because they were in the league for that long.
Jake, I know we're like 5% in the probably what the defense is going to show you guys, but what are some of the wrinkles that Staley has, some of the things they try to do?
I mean, they're keeping it pretty basic right now. They threw a 0 at us today, coming from both sides, mugging it with the Mike backer. But I think right now off the bat, I think the one thing that Staley does, that if you go look on tape, he tries to hold that shell for a really long time and make it to the quarterback side that it's shell defense. And then they're going to drop one from the sky, kind of have that 60-40 lean safety, play variations of 3, play cover 8, quarter, half, play quads, play quarters, and then they're gonna, have some blitz for play stuff too as well. And I think the biggest thing for us quarterbacks is seeing different looks, seeing different pressures, understanding when we're hot, and I think that's the biggest thing too. When we're new quarterbacks in a new system, understanding like, okay, hey, this is your built-in hot to this side. Oh, hey, I need to point this guy to understand that he's the hot here. So I just think protections in the beginning stages of training camp are really big to emphasize. And once we start getting more comfortable with that, the faster you play.
When they do kind of hold it for a long time, like what does that do to your? Does it just kind of add like a little?
You look at linebacker displacement. You kind of see like, hey, is this a gap defense? Like if this linebacker is inside the 3 technique, like, oh, I might have some type of rotation from that side, and then understanding kind of little intricacies that can help you out to making decisions that much faster.
What do you like about tempo in this offense?
I think that's the best part. Being able to have an explosive play, then boom, you're right back on the ball, and you're stressing the defense. They can't sub personnel. Like if you're on the field with base defense, and then you're in 12, and you run up and you're trying to run things fast. Like you got advantages in some areas, and I think that's the biggest thing of stressing the defense with intention and with urgency is a way that Kellen's going to approach it this year.
You did it today. Is it like how much of it is it on the side of the quarterback, or do you see how does it?
I mean, he's in our head like, hey, we're going fast here. I'm not just like, hey, like we're gonna go. That'd be crazy. But like, yeah, he's just like in our ear, like, hey, tempo. Hey, like one of our plays are, and we're gonna go fast, and we're gonna try to get on the ball and stress the defense. And I think the biggest thing when you use tempo in a system like this, when teams have exotic blitz packages and on third downs and stuff like that, and you use tempo on third down, that coordinator's not going to just get into one of his exotics. He's going to get to something that he's comfortable in. So he might give the quarterback on defense a picture that we're more comfortable seeing. We can go through progression. We don't have exotic pressure, maybe, if we're going tempo. So I think Kellen does a really good job of integrating that into a game plan, and then, hopefully allowing us to use it to our advantage.
And Kellen this week, no, Ron, do you want to? Okay,
I'll take it next.
Kellen this week, and Mickey too, like, we maybe accidentally said 2-man quarterback competition. They quickly corrected it to 3. How do you just make it that, and then do you appreciate you get the sense that they're taking you seriously?
Well, Matthew, I will say this. I will say that if I've learned one thing in this league does not care about your feelings. It doesn't care about who you are, what you do. It's all about what you've done for me lately. And I believe this organization, respect them. They drafted me. If they didn't truly believe that I could be a guy that they think could win the starting job, they wouldn't include me in it. Simple as that. They wouldn't just make me feel good about myself. It's all about, hey, we think Jake's a guy that can compete for this job, and we're going to give him an equal opportunity, and I totally respect that. At the end of the day, if I go out there and I execute and I do the things I'm supposed to do, then I'm confident what I can do. But yeah, I totally see it as a three-man race. I think I've earned that right. I think I work my tail off. I think my teammates respect me, and I think I'm, cerebral enough to be able to command the troops when the moment's the brightest.
You called yourself an underdog earlier in this.
I always am.
What you do to motivate yourself?
No, I think I always am. I think you guys give me plenty of opportunities to do that. So, yeah, no, it's powerful. There's plenty of opportunities to have that underdog mentality. I've always been an underdog in every way, every set of the imagination, but no one can measure what's in here, and no one can measure the sort of competitor that I am and what I'm willing to do to win. Go watch the UCLA game in 2021. Just go watch that, and that's a testament to how competitive I am and what I want to do to try to win games on a weekly basis, and what I'm willing to do for my teammates, for my city, for my organization, and the people that ultimately believe in what I can do.
Jake, does it feel weird to be the veteran with the most experience?
That is a little weird. Yeah, that is a little weird. I feel like I've played a lot of football. I feel like I've been around a lot of offenses, and as I was telling Ross before, like I might have told Nick this too. I mean, going back to my freshman year when I was 18, I'm 26 now, so 8 years ago, I've probably been in 7 different systems, 6 or 7 different systems, and being able to, number one, be around different minds, powerful. I've been around Jeff Tedford, Kalen DeBoer, Chris Peterson, Jonathan Smith. I mean, you name it. Bush Hamden, all these different guys. And then Drew Brees' offense, Pete Carmichael, the Sean Payton system, Gary Kubiak's system with his son, Clint, and now Kellen Moore, another bright mind. Like, I've been around so many things. So you guys say veteran quarterback? Yeah, I might not have been in the league for 10 years, but I've been around a lot of very bright people who obviously, have trusted what I can do, and obviously see me in a high regard of seeing me as a cerebral guy. I feel like that's one thing that I've always carried with me. Hey, he can pick things up fast and be able to digest information. So, I've only been in the league 3 years. There's still so much for me to learn, and I'm not blind to that, but I also think that I can learn things fast and add value to that as well, like helping guys see things differently, seeing things faster, and just being able to communicate. I think that's a powerful thing, being able to communicate.
It feels like you also have just kind of comfort with yourself,
yeah,
in terms of who you're, because you've been a pro for 3 years. Does that help any in this competition? Just
yeah,
knowing that you've been a pro for 3 years.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is to, like, some guys don't have the ability or have the opportunity, I shouldn't say ability, have the opportunity to be able to go through a quarterback competition as many times as I have. I've been in 3 or 4 different quarterback battles now. I don't think I was favored to win any of them. And I think the biggest lesson you learn is just focusing on what you can control. And you guys obviously do a great job, but I am not focused on anything you guys have to say. I'm laser focused on what I can do to help my team produce at the best level when I am on the field, right? And obviously I respect Tyler, I respect Spencer. I think they're great quarterbacks. But my job right now is to help my group, if that's with Chris, if that's with Rashid, if that's with Donovan Peoples-Jones, to help them get into the best look they can to be able to execute at a super high level. And that's what I'm worried about. And if I'm worried about that, day in and day out, I can be the most consistent player on that field, and I'm confident that I can do that.
Did you have to develop a way to tune everything out? Because there's
it's hard. It's not easy, and I think in a day of age where distraction is everywhere, right? You got to do such a good job of being able to limit this, putting this down, not going on Twitter, not going on Instagram, because now you find it on Instagram. Like, I can't go on my phone without seeing Saints notifications. You know what I mean? And my biggest thing is, okay, when I'm here at the facility, I text my close friends and family, let them know how practice was, and I am so focused on the next thing. And it's just living in the moment. I know it sounds cliche, but if I can just be super prepared at what I'm doing next, I give myself the best chance to take advantage of that. And that's the biggest thing, taking advantage of opportunities and then being able to go and execute that. And when we have walkthrough later, be super dialed into protections, being able to correct our mistakes. Hey, why did I miss this throw? Why didn't I hit this on time? And I think you just focus on those little intricacies every single day. With a lot of really, really good players, I think you like the chances to succeed.
Do you have to tell your friends and your family don't?
Sometimes I can't. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they do, right? I think I do a good job of communicating with my family. They won't send me notifications anymore. They'll kind of just go and do their own thing, and I'm sure they'll read their own things. But for myself, they know not to send me things like that. And I think people at this point know, they send me something stupid, I'm just not gonna respond. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, you can't, it really is nothing against anyone else that I have contacts in my phone, but like, I just have to be so focused and invested on this team, this progress, this opportunity to be able to be the best version of myself.
Would you say you've been an underdog? You said I've been an underdog in every way.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, what are some of the ways that you list some?
I mean, I'm undersized. I know I've seen this and heard this questions about my arm strength in the past. I really don't think that's a thing at all, actually. John Beck, I work with, 3D QB guy. You guys can give him a call and ask him about my arm strength, see what he has to say about that. I think just in every sense I try to build that narrative, but I just think I'm counted out for whatever reason. Maybe not the most athletic, not the strongest, not the biggest, but I think it's whatever you perceive. I think perception is reality, and I think at the end of the day, when I perceive those things and those give me, energy and willingness to go and prove everyone wrong, that's been my biggest motivator my whole life. So whatever it takes for you, whatever it takes for you on a daily basis to go be the best reporter you can, those are your whys. And I think my why is to go prove people wrong on a daily basis, to show confidence, to be able to command a room, be able to command my teammates the best way I can.
We got time for one more, guys, because I've seen them obviously, but Noor and Usmai and right hand coach, they've all overlapped in different spaces in the year. Is that noticeable with this scheme change compared to that one?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to take one more from you after, because I just like hearing what you had to say. Back to your question, sorry. I think the biggest thing when guys are together, guys are in a system, they can all bring different pieces from different schemes because they're around different minds, right? And I think this is the biggest copycat league in any sport. You go and watch guys, you go and talk to John Gruden, everybody's trying to run the same plays to the defense that look different. So that's our biggest thing, of trying to get a bunch of plays that look the same but are different. And I think that makes it the hardest on the defense, because hey, this looks the same, but it's something else. Like, that's the biggest guessing game in the sport. So I think these coaches do a really good job of integrating Dallas, integrating the Chargers, integrating Philadelphia, and bringing a blend of those things that, their quarterbacks might have liked, and then obviously giving us the opportunity to rep them and tell them what we like in return.
All right, this week I know the ramp-up period.
Yeah.
It's important, everything.
No doubt.
How much from a quarterback's perspective things change Monday when you all put the pads on?
That's the biggest test, right? I think this is a great opportunity to be able to get back to the speed of the game, a pass rush, play in team elements again, feel people around you. I thought yesterday I had an opportunity to step up and I missed one. And just feeling that and feeling like a pocket around you and being able to stay compact and make those tight throws in a confined pocket is what this game is all about. And when you put the pads on, that's the biggest test, man. You got to be able to make throws with a tight pocket with people all around you and guys bearing down on you. So I think when we get into the pads, that's the best opportunity to see, number one, route timing. Guys are going to get bumped off their spot. People are going to get hands on people. Being able to see different pressures, being able to stand in there when the running back is taking the mic on in a, cover one blitz, and being able to step in there and feel that pocket and be able to make a throw, like I said. So that's the game. This helmet stuff with no shoulder pads and no pants, that's all great. And I think the timing element is huge to be able to get going early. But when you put the pads on, that's the biggest opportunity.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yep.